When we see YWCA Utah serving a lot of victims of domestic violence, we might just think of bills that relate directly to domestic violence. The reality is that when we have bills that have to do, for instance, with race, that's also impacting those that we're serving, because someone's race is going to directly impact the different kinds of experiences that they have as a survivor and the kind of resources that they have.
A lot of the policy work that the YWCA is doing is very focused on gender equity and focused on improving the lives of women and girls in our community. It might not seem obvious today, but Utah has a long history of empowering women. One of the first, some might argue the first, to have women cast a ballot. And women have been empowered to make decisions about themselves and their families for the entire history of our state.
A lot of the barriers that people encounter to being able to live happy and healthy lives are removed. And to me, a big component of that is really centering and empowering the leadership in historically marginalized communities, because they're the ones who are best equipped to advocate and name these needs that their community has, so that those can then be met and addressed in a really consensual and active way.
YWCA strives to help folks make community, especially when they're at their lowest point or their most feared space. And having an organization that is committed to eliminating racism the way that the YWCA is, gives people of all backgrounds a safe place to go. I think that with the YWCA nationally and locally, their push for racial equity, to give folks the ability to have conversations, but also safe places to stay, giving folks all the different kinds of support that they need to be humans, we get to leave some of the outward pressures so that we can have these other conversations as well. The 21-day challenge has been an amazing way for faculty and staff to engage with the equity conversation, and specifically racial equity conversation. It allowed for us to take a look into our policies and look into what trainings we're providing, how are we speaking about race, equity, inclusion on our college campus, but not only from the student point of view. It not only allowed me to have a tool as an educator, as a facilitator, to ease folks into the conversation that might not have had the conversation before, but also gave them the ability to talk about things that folks don't have a space to talk about otherwise. As an activist and somebody that's here to do the same, like the YWCA is definitely a beacon for that in Salt Lake City.
One thing that stands out to me about my experience on the Hill this session was seeing the power of coalition building in advancing equity. So getting to see our partners up on the Hill from fellow nonprofits and other really powerful advocates just helped me see how strong this community is.
Eliminating racism and empowering women is one of the key things in being able to have a state that's focused on family and love.